Hello, this is the One Episode Rule podcast about first impressions. I am Magpie. I ain't watched shit. I ain't read anything. I am
Yeah,
suffering the curse.
yeah, the curse is real.
It's been like a week. It's gonna sound like I've been dying for weeks on the podcast.
It feels
Uh,
like it.
how have you been?
Hi, I've been fine. I also have not been watching things because I have suffered my own types of curses.
Hmm.
The one being work and the other being a Baldur's Gate 3. Um, so that's what I've been up to.
The gamer curse.
Yeah, sometimes you're a gamer and you can't, that's all you want to do with your life. It happens to the best of us. So,
Ah,
you got
So,
some, news?
yeah, I do have news. I have weird news. I have
Weird
many types
news,
of
huh?
news.
All
Um,
right.
First of all, there is a suggestion amongst One Piece staff at Toei Animation that there is an anti-Sanji bias that has been
Wow.
detected amongst fans. The
Hmm.
fans have noticed that Sanji is missing from scenes that he's in the manga.
Oh, interesting.
and and people who work on the show have been arguing with them on Twitter about it.
Fascinating.
Please, I love this. Please don't say this to me, who is not involved, and of course to other staff. Please refrain from taking out your dissatisfaction with the whole project on individuals. Um,
Um, wow.
um, so yeah, there has been there has been sentiment also inside the team that's just like, wow, like you guys read our minds. Yeah, we've been wondering about that too.
Oh, wow.
Why are people in charge of the artistic process just not adding Sanchi and group
That's
singing?
really funny. Not the Sanji hate.
remove the chef.
Listen, listen. He's fine.
Let's see what else. Mamoru Oshii calls Angel's Egg his pitiful daughter and hopes that it premiering at Cannes with a HD screening will introduce more people to it.
Oh, wow. What is Angel's egg?
This work was like a pitiful daughter I couldn't properly introduce to the world. If the opportunity allows even one more person to see it, there is no greater happiness for me as a director. Angel's
Aw.
Egg was one of Oshii's first movies.
Aw.
It came out in 1985.
Well, I hope more
I've been
people get
meaning
to
to watch
see.
it myself.
Well, I hope more people get to see this pitiful daughter of an anime, I
4K
guess.
remaster using the original 35 millimeter film negative. So
It sounds like it could be, aesthetic
pretty
at
cool.
least.
My anime list has been acquired by a blockchain and AI tech company.
um, Throwing up, dying, exploding.
The thing is that my anime list gets acquired by different companies all the time, and nothing about it changes.
Yeah.
Also, attached to this is that Sony has acquired a large amount of shares of said tech company.
Fuck my life.
Um,
Well,
so even if it was going to be a problem,
uh,
Sony will probably just be like, "Don't do that."
unfortunately, my anime list is the only thing of its type that I have, and I will be continuing to use it. I
like
need
I
to I need to track my shows.
like I said, Stony,
Stony.
um,
Stony Pony.
not Stony Pony. Sony as a company seems to value stability, so it
Uh-huh.
might not be such a problem.
Yeah, fair enough.
Um, Demon Slayer fans have been put on fucking notice. Uh,
Oh.
don't leak our fucking trailers. We will put you in
Oh.
Japan jail
Oh, wow.
because it is illegal to
Yeah.
film in a theater in Japan.
Mm.
And the trailer for Infinity Castle was leaked immediately.
Fuck.
uh, and it was only airing in theaters. which led to a great deal of suspicion from the
All
production
right.
staff.
All right.
Um, However, personally, I think threatening to fucking send the cops to people's houses is a little ham-handed in this case. I think there
Maybe.
are crimes that it is not worth it to punish in that
Yeah.
way.
Perhaps. But oh god, I get that they like it keeps happening. Oh god, it's happening
It
again.
does keep happening. I would be more worried about the leaks that come straight out of your fucking production office.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
Finally, I've picked this an anime. I didn't ask you. I've just
Permission
picked
not
it.
needed. Go
Um,
for it.
because it's airing right now, and I thought it'd be a good contrast to something that the last thing we watched,
Oh, interesting. All right.
because it is modern.
Yeah.
So, do you want to hit Shin Samurai Den Yaiba?
Whoa. I have no idea what that is, but it sounds awesome. Let's go.
Who among us can say that they've never wanted to relax in a crate of bananas?
Many such cases.
Who among us could say they wouldn't want to be surrounded by food at least once in some way? Except for the type where you sink into the corn silo. But
So,
anyway,
did they live in Donkey Kong Country?
yeah, they do live in Donkey Kong Country. Here, will you read this blurb
Yeah,
so
I
I can order
gotcha.
my thoughts on it?
The protagonist, Kurogane Yabe. I'm sorry, I didn't do
Yeah,
that right.
bye.
The protagonist, Kurogane Yaiba, is a samurai wild child who trains in the jungle with his father, Kenjiro. And by a twist of fate, the determined samurai, Yaiba, returns to Japan and encounters his rival, Onimaru Takeshi. Yaiba, who lives for serious battle, embarks on a spectacular adventure when Onimaru obtains the in quotes, legendary demon sword.
The legendary demon
The
sword.
legendary demon sword. We
I
didn't see
believe,
that happen in this episode, but
and,
we saw it in kind of the little preview, I
and
think.
in the end of episode preview, they referred to it as like a Fujin sword, which makes me
Yeah.
think that the other one is going to be the Raijin sword.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
so yeah, these do live in Donkey Kong Country. This is going to be a relatively simple story, which is going to be great because we're going to spend our time gushing about
Talking
the
about
animation.
the gorgeous animation.
Um,
Holy
also,
shit.
when I said it was modern, I was lying because it's a remake of uh, Kenyu Densetsu Yaiba,
Okay, I can
Legendary Brave Swordsman, uh,
for sure believe that.
which is from 1993.
Okay,
uh,
yes. I see
has
the
this
DNA.
has the same energy, but this one is polished. This one's had the Urusei no Yatsura modern filter put over it. But
Yeah.
yeah, we open on our young boy, this feral little freak, uh, doing a little dance in a clearing in the jungle. He's hoisting his these things are called they're just bamboo sticks. I forget what exactly they're called.
Uh
They're kendo sticks. Um,
yeah.
and he's hoisting it and doing a little chant: growl, growl, roar,
Grr,
roar,
grr, gaw, gaw.
gar, gar, gor, gorg.
More gar, gar, gar.
And he looks up to his right, and he's just like, "How long do I have to keep doing this? I don't know. Will it really bring in any prey?" And literally identical man, a grown version of him in the treetops, is just like, "Endurance is part of the training as well."
I need you to imagine a man with the hair of one of those how to draw manga books. Just the spiky, like three spikes in every, like in two different directions. He
Mhm.
looks like a fucking He's got like a head like a
He's
Pokemon.
like a medieval mace.
He looks like a cartoon like mine that you find underwater that's gonna kill you,
It looks
explode
like
you.
it looks like a sea mine.
Yeah. He looks like a sea mine.
Um, I was going to say he looks like Leorio Hunter x Hunter a little
He
bit.
does have a little bit of Leorio energy, but much more bastardly, I think.
Um, but yeah, while they're talking, how Yaiba, the child Yaiba, does notice that they have attracted something's attention because there's a growling in the dark, and from the undergrowth emerges a gorilla,
Oh, a big ass
a big
gorilla.
fucking gorilla,
He's so big.
and it comes to swat him down, but he is aware of it, and they have a fight in which Yaiba is thrown into the air
Yeah.
by this fucking gorilla. He's just thrown skyward. And it seems pretty dire, but he's got animal buddies because he's like a fucking Osamu Tezuka
Yeah.
protagonist.
Yeah.
He's got a vulture buddy who catches him in air, and down on the ground, his tiger buddy uh,
Tiger.
comes
He has a
after him.
whole tiger.
I thought you would love this tiger
I
beast.
love this tiger. This is peak character design. Just this highlighter yellow. He's got the big like Ghibli smile mouth.
Kagatora.
Yeah, oh yeah.
They all these
Kagatora, I
all of
love
these
you.
characters look like DBZ characters.
I was going to
Actually,
say
they look like Dragon Ball characters,
this
not
show in
DBZ.
general is just so Dragon Ball energy. Like
um, but yeah, the tiger gets swatted away just in time for Yaiba to execute a fucking falling star attack from the from the heavens,
yes.
uh, and strike this ape on the noggin.
Yeah.
He and his dad have a conversation about it. He's just like, yeah, you have to bait your enemy into making a mistake
Uh-huh. Yep.
by showing a fake opening. And while they're congratulating themselves, they fail to notice that gorillas typically travel in troops, including anywhere from 8 to 24 members.
There looks in this group to be closer to 24. It's so many gorillas.
There are so many huge gorillas. They are
I am
goddamn enormous.
not joking. They're like the size of small houses.
They are Mighty Joe Young adjacent.
Fuck!
Um,
Fuck, I forgot about that movie. Oh my god. No, Mighty
um,
Too Young.
so yeah, Yaiba's dad employs the age-old Joestar technique of run away. Um,
They're riding the tiger.
they eventually there's a great piece of visual comedy here because while they're being chased and it shows the whole line of apes chasing them, there's just
Yeah.
a road sign that has a
Yeah.
picture of a gorilla
I
on
liked
it.
that shot. Like ape crossing.
They evade the apes by hiding in a crate of bananas that's being
Yeah.
packaged. And they take a moment to reminisce about the situation, how amusing it is to be in a crate of bananas until they are literally boxed up by the banana man
And
because they did
shipped
not get
away.
out quick enough and loaded onto a fucking truck.
Mhm.
This is why I have to say, like, I was thinking about this earlier. I was just like, where does this take place? Is it like fucking Africa? But no, you're right. This takes place in fucking Donkey Kong Country,
Yes.
where the most valuable resource is banana.
Ooh,
Ooh,
banana.
ooh, ooh, ooh. And it's
Dong,
crawling with
dong,
fucking apes.
Donkey Kong.
Um, but yeah, they get packaged up and put on a truck and then eventually a plane because the tiger went with them, but their poor vulture friend is just like, uh.
Yeah, the vulture does not come with them, as far as I can tell.
Our next scene centers on a different character because our next scene is at fucking Narita International Airport, a real place. Um, and it's in the terminal, and where there's a little girl
Yep,
waiting around for
we're gonna
somebody.
meet
Her name
some different
is
characters now.
Sayaka Mine.
Yep.
And she's waiting on her dad, who I believe is named like Raizo Mine. Yeah, yeah. And he's a big broad guy in a
Oh,
nice
he's so
suit.
big.
And he turns up and he's just like, oh, you came out anyway. And she's like, of course I did. I had to congratulate you on your win in the nationals. And
Mhm.
he's just like, you're basically invincible. And he's just like I can't really call myself a winner until I beat him.
That bastard.
And you think it isn't going to go any further because she's just like, all right, let's go home. And it cuts back to him, and there's fully like flames emerging behind him. It's just like, not until I beat Kenjuro. Um, she's just like, okay, man, we
Yeah,
need to go
Dad. Ha ha
home.
ha ha.
Um,
That's great, Dad. Come on.
and there's a commotion. There's a commotion in the terminal down the ways. And we talked about like where does this take place? Well, it doesn't take place in America because everybody lives.
That's true.
Because this would have resulted in bullets flying
Yeah.
in America.
Because we see a crowd of people and we see, like, cartoonishly just dudes
Flying
flying
out of
from
like
the
they're just
group
like
of people.
they're like, what's going on there? And then and then Yaiba just flies out of the middle of it, and he squares up with his fucking kendo stick. Because you think he's going to be facing off with Raizo, but when it cuts the other way, it's just Sayaka standing there with an
Yeah.
umbrella in the same stand. And she's just like, "Who are you?" And she's just like, "I'm oh god, I'm Kuragane
Kuragane
Yaiba."
Yaiba.
Just like, "And who are you?" A samurai. "And who are you?" And she's just like, "I'm Sayaka Mine,
I'm a
girl."
girl.
And he's just like, "You're a girl?"
He's never
I know.
seen one.
I know many people who would react like this. Girl?
Girl? Oh,
No,
stop. He
because yeah,
doesn't
that's the scene.
he doesn't sniff her literally, but he does like how do you
He
describe
looks at
this? He like
every he curls around her like a serpent, looking at every part of her until he has a hold of her skirt, and he's just like, "This is a weird hakama," and she just beats him over the head with her umbrella.
he's like girls are scary.
Those are scary. Uh, and the only like useful thing anybody has to add is Raizo is just like, "Wait a second, Kurogane."
Like, I know that name.
And from the crowd at the other end emerges Yaiba's dad, and also a full-grown fucking tiger, which people are not taking very seriously.
No.
One of the few animals that considers human beings to be prey.
Uh-huh. No
Um,
one, it's so funny because no one reacts to there being a whole tiger
a
until
whole ass fucking
the
tiger.
middle of the episode. It gets mentioned once
Yeah,
briefly.
at breakfast, one of the normal people in the room just asks about him. But Raizo's reason leaves him immediately, and he pulls out his kendo stick in the middle of the fucking airport. He's just like, I've been waiting for this, Kenjuro. And
Kenjiro.
Kenjuro says, "Oh, hey, Raizo, cool, gotta go," and just grabs him by the shoulder and drags him
They
because they're
kidnapped this
booking
whole
it.
family.
They kidnapped this whole family and stuffed them in a taxi.
They're like
Went back to
unconscious
their
in this
house.
taxi. It's very funny.
Presumably meant that Raizo had to give the driver directions because I don't think Kenjuro would know where it is.
Yeah.
Which means he had participated in his own kidnapping.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, them and the fucking tiger also in the car. But yeah, they it drops them off, and he's just like, "All right, yeah, but this is gonna be your new home." And Raizo's just like, "Wait a second, this is my house."
Literally
What do
wrote
you
they
mean?
stole a family. Then the next note is they stole their home?
Home invasion.
Also,
Um,
I think he must have known where this house is because there is the implication that he knows these people. He's been here before. Like they have some of that energy. I
well,
assume that he has been here.
he's also implied to be an irresponsible drunk. So, do you think he really knows where this is?
I mean, it could be both. I think it could be both. He knows
um,
Graham.
um, so yeah, while they're bickering about this, Yaiba does enter the home, fully leaves his fucking ghetto on, whenever
Yeah.
he's walking into the house. Rude
Nah,
little
that's
shit.
rude. You can't do that
You
shit.
can't be,
Take them things
you
off.
can't be wearing those fucking clogs in the house. What's wrong with you? And yeah, he is caught by one of the oldest anime old women I've ever seen.
I
I
love
love a
her.
horrible old gremlin woman.
I love her. She's got like a puppet mouth.
She's evil.
She's evil. She's perfect in every way.
um, she's just like, "Where do you hail from, boy?" And he's just like, "Oh, a baboon."
Huh?
she's just a, and then in the next scene, she just immediately like has him by the hair and has produced a kendo stick, and he's like, "I'm about to teach you the way of the sword, boy.
Uh-huh.
Call me that shit." Uh, but just then, his dad calls for him because he notices he's gone, and they head outside, and the old woman is just like, "Oh,
Oh,
Kenjuro,
it's
this must be
you.
yours then."
He picks her up and shakes her.
Yeah, she draws on him, and his response is to pick her up and shake her and go, "Oh, Baba,
Oh, I'm glad you're still alive, you old
you're still
bat.
kicking around, huh?" Oh, what a prick!
He sucks so bad.
He sucks so bad, it's great. Um,
Yeah.
one of the dads of all time.
What up? Oh, I hate him. Oh, he's such a bastard.
Uh, so yeah, so yeah, she gets the idea. She's just like, well, maybe we could keep the boy company. And she's like, keep him company. What do you mean? And she takes him around to their dojo because they have a dojo. They teach kendo here,
Yes.
where dudes are knocking swords.
Hmm.
Just guys being guys,
Just guys being
dudes being
dudes.
bros,
Isn't
dudes
this
rock.
awesome? Dudes rock. I love dudes.
I am somewhat of a reformed weeb to a certain degree. I am not cringe about it, but if I was offered local kendo classes, I might be there right now.
Whoa, you would be so powerful.
I would probably be bad. I'm not especially fast. I'm just pretty strong and have long
Yeah.
arms.
Yeah, that's the advantages you get.
Um, but but yeah, just the idea of knocking sticks together, enchanting. Um,
Enchanting. Yeah.
can we get like relaxed kendo where you knock sticks together, but whenever you're not on, you just sit around drinking,
Yeah, that would be so good.
eating
I
fried
mean,
chicken.
honestly, that seems to be Kenjiro's
Well,
idea of a good
yeah,
time too.
but but yeah, they square up in this room, and Yaiba's amazed. He's just like, "Wow, look at all the guys being dudes in here."
Yeah.
She's like, "Are they strong?" It's just like, "Hell yeah, they're strong." Uh, and the old woman is just like, "All right, all right. Uh, your boy against one of our students, and if he wins, he can live here." And Kendro immediately springs into action, and he taps fucking 9 out of 10 people in the room immediately.
Yeah, he's just
And
running up behind him and donking him.
he just runs up behind him and donks him. And the one guy that blocks his strike, he's just like, "All right, this is a good opponent." And they're just like, "He's the best in the dojo." um, it's just like, "Yeah, that's him." It's just like, "Yaiba, boy, square up."
Uh-huh.
And Yaiba doth square up with no pads or anything. And he's just
Yeah.
like, "You're not going to put on any gear?" And it's just like, "No, Dad always said that was for weaklings." And it cuts back to Dad, and Kenjiro has already stolen some of Rizo's beer.
Yeah.
He's just like, "Where did you get that? That's mine."
He's already buzzed.
He is already drinking. He is shotgunning a beer in the background. Um, and they proceed to have a little duel. What I like about this? Okay, so in this kind of story with the irrepressible, talented child, right?
Hmm.
This is usually going to be an embarrassment for the
Yeah.
older guy, but
Yeah.
the grown man challenges him in ways that other opponents have not because he's
Yes.
good.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
He doesn't like flash step dodge like
Yeah.
Yaiba does, but he keeps his center of gravity and he deflects all of his strikes.
Uh-huh. Well, the thing is that the audience notes, I think in fact, oh, what's the girl's name?
Saiga?
Saika. Yeah, she's like, he's doing such huge, big attacks, but the thing is that they're very broadcasted. They're very predictable.
And you know,
He can see
I
them coming from a mile away, so he
I know a
blocks
little bit about
100% of them.
I know a little bit about kendo and a little bit about I jutsu, which is not widely practiced. But from what I've seen of it, the idea is to not move as that much. It's
Yes.
to accomplish things with an extreme economy of action.
Yes.
Yaiba
So,
does not do this. He is just trying to wail on him.
yeah.
Um, and the guy turns about and presses him.
Yeah, he
Um,
goes on the offensive at one
he goes
point.
on the offensive. This is all beautifully animated.
Oh, it's so
I
good to
love to
see.
see it with my eyes. Um,
Yes, really good to look at.
uh, until they break off for a second because they're gassed. Uh, and the big guy is just like need a break, kid. Well, you're not gonna get one. And he's just like you're not in the jungle anymore. Uh, you, you're not in the fucking aquatic stage anymore. Um,
Stop.
uh, and he's just like, yeah, the jungle. He thinks about all the animals that he fought back in the jungle. He's just
Hmm.
like, yeah, whenever I fought them, I did I did this. So he turns around and shows him his back. And the big guy is just like, Nani?
Oh,
Uh, he doesn't want to strike him, but the old woman is just like, he's wide open. Get
Graham's
him.
like, what are you doing?
I want you to kill.
Kill.
Uh, so he takes the swing and Yaiba is just like it says some nonsense about it's just like don't swing at your opponent, swing at their presence. Uh, and he does bait him into overextending, and then hits him so hard in the chest that launches him into the ceiling,
Yeah.
where he just gets stuck.
Yeah. I was like, this is too much.
This guy's dead.
Stop.
You dented his breastplate. Like you broke his you broke his
All of
fucking
his
sternum.
all of his ribs are gone.
So it is decided. It is decided there that Yaiba will stay with them.
Yes. And then
Um,
his dad immediately fucks off
his
and
dad
leaves.
fucked off immediately. The next scene is the next day in Sayaka's room, where she has a bunch of posters about samurai and shit, which is very fun. Because otherwise she seems very normal and responsible.
Uh-huh.
And she's waking up because there's a noise, and what the noise is Yaiba is on the fucking roof practicing swing.
Yes.
And he also falls off the roof. She wakes up and she's like, "Do you have any idea what time it is?" And he's just like, "What do you mean? The sun's been up for a while." And then she just looks at him like, The running theme is that Yaiba is a feral little fucking animal that has
He's
no manners and no
I
understanding of how any other human being
I
lives.
I literally wrote that I will destroy this child. I'm going to turn him into a pile of bones. He's so annoying. Oh my fucking god, this fucking child.
um,
Ugh.
the funny thing is yeah, he's quite irritating. I feel like in the original he might have been too much, but every frame of this is so charming that it's hard to be mad at him.
Yeah,
um,
I can manage it.
that being said, if somebody woke me up at the ass crack of dawn by falling off of my roof, I would come out with a gun. Um, uh, so yeah, they have breakfast. Yaiba's super into food. Also, he has no table manners. Surprise! He fucking steals.
He steals her fucking side dish, and I was like, "Oh, this is it.
Yeah,
This
you
is
would
where he would
you would
die."
catch a fucking chopstick through the hand for that shit. I'm gonna do you like they did Sugimoto.
Yeah, literally, he's straight through one side and out the other. This
Uh,
This
She
is the
she
scene where someone points out the tiger. Someone's
yeah,
in the
she asks him
background
like
giving it a
why.
dish of food.
Yeah, they gave him a big bowl of food out of like a dog bowl. And she's just like, so why do you have a tiger? And he's just like, oh, what, Kagetoro? He's my buddy. What do you mean is your buddy? It's just like, oh well, yeah, back in the jungle. And it cuts back to the jungle and he's fishing, right? He's just standing on a rock fishing. And he can't seem to catch anything with his spear. And this tiger is creeping up on him, clearly intent on eating this child. Uh, and whenever he goes to leap, Yaiba like pulls the spear back to throw again. I just hits him in the balls.
Yeah. Right in the
Fully
nuts.
hits him in the balls, and he falls into the river. And as he's thrashing around, he keeps throwing fish up on the bank. And yeah, I was just like, "Oh, that's
Oh,
what it
you were
is.
just
You were
trying to
trying to
help
help me,
me.
huh?"
Huh?
And they're just sitting
Idiot.
there frying a bunch of fish, and the tiger just like, yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
yeah, for sure.
I mean,
It's
he's
just like
sharing the fish with the
he's
tiger, so
sharing
I
the
think.
fish, so it's just like, yeah, so we've been buddies ever since, and the whole room just kind of looks at him for.
Yeah.
I feel like Yaiba is living a slightly more cartoon life than anybody
Yeah.
else in the series,
Yes. Yes.
which is
It's
giving it a
fascinating.
strange friction between him and
Yeah.
people who are slightly more normal.
Yeah.
Like
Fascinating.
I suspect Sayaka has no hammer space in her
No.
pockets, but Yaiba might.
This is true.
um, that's a superpower. Anyway, he tries to follow Sayaka to school. Um,
Yep.
she's she's trying to get him to fuck off, and she's just like, I have to go to school. And he's like, what school? It's just like, oh, it's where a bunch of people get together to study. And she's like, oh, you mean like training? And she's just like, yeah, kind of, whatever. It's just like she's just like, I know what I'll do. I'll fuck with him. It's just like, yeah. There's fucking shitloads of huge dudes there. There's a bunch of fucking horrible monsters there that eat you alive.
He's like, oh,
And
is that true?
he's just like, oh God, is that true? And she's just like, yeah, totally. It's just like, well, I'll do my best to protect you. She's like,
She's
oh
like,
God
no,
damn
no,
it.
no.
And yeah, she can't keep him from tagging along.
He gets
He
scared
gets
by the bells.
he gets scared by the school bell. He doesn't understand what a school is. He thinks it's a big house, which I appreciate
Yeah.
because
He's like, why is that house chirping?
he's encountered exactly two types of buildings: airports and houses. Um, and he didn't have much time to consider the airport. Her friends rock up on them uh, while she's trying to explain what a
Hmm.
school is to him, and they're immediately taken with him because he's an adorable little kid. And he's just like
He
girls.
does the same thing to them that he
Uh,
girls cling
Sayaka
cling cling cling
beats him
dunk
again and
dunk.
drags him away. They didn't seem to mind.
What their
They
friends
just thought he was
seem
adorable.
like
They were just like, he's a
they seem
baby.
charmed. And you're like, oh, oh, look at this little
Uh,
guy.
she's, she remarks that she has practice, so she's just like, please just like wait out here. It's just like, no, I can't wait out here if there's a bunch of fucking monsters on campus. She's like, gosh. So
There's a bunch
she's
of
like, okay, but
dudes.
just be quiet and watch. Um, and she steps in to her kendo club because that's where she's learning kendo. Like she's not taking the
Hmm.
professional fucking kendo course that her family's estate. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah.
She's doing hobbyist shit at school. Um, and she's just like, all
Uh-huh.
right, stay here. I'm gonna go get changed. And she goes to get changed, and while she is, you could just hear her behind her going, just going like, "Hello, sexy. Hey, babe.
Hey, baby! Woo! Woo!
Awooga."
Woo!
And she's just like, I
Ow!
don't understand. I thought girls like this. That's what Dad said. It's
I
like,
was like, oh, I'm gonna kill
oh,
the
you
dad.
piece of
This
shit.
is the thing.
um,
I might not kill the child, but I will kill the
like, oh,
dad
you
for
fucking
real.
worthless piece of shit. Also, he just left a note at breakfast that was just like, hey, look after the kid for a while. I gotta go places.
Uh-huh.
So of course she, hurls him
Yeah.
out. While she's still changing into her uniform and stuff, Yaiba's outside and he's just fucking around. And he notices their rack of kendo sticks and he goes to pick one up. He's just like, "Ooh, nice!" And somebody's just like, "Hey, put that down. That's dojo property." Uh, the bald guy from Bleach is in this anime. I love a bald guy in anime. This guy is named Animaru.
Oh
He's the
man,
most villainous villain
yeah.
who's ever existed. His
He
name is
looks.
fucking Onimaru.
I know.
He
I was gonna
looks
say
like
he
an
looks like an
Onimaru.
Onimaru. Holy
Can't
shit.
say whether or not he looks like a Takeshi. Um, um,
Undetermined.
but 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 yeah, he Yaiba freaks out because this guy had no presence. Like he just crept up on him. I mean, he squares up with him, and they're just like, "Yo, what's the deal with this sassy child?" And Sayaka's just like, "Hey, man, hey, put that down. What are you doing?" And he's just like, "I want to fight this guy.
Stop!
Who
You're
is this guy?
embarrassing
I
me.
want to fight this guy."
He starts doing
Yeah, because
the
Onimaru
chant
doesn't want to fight
from
him
the
because he's
beginning
just
of the
like, "You
episodes.
are
He's
a
like,
child. Fuck
"Grrr."
off." And he starts doing his dance,
Dow,
yeah, he
dow.
irritates Onimaru, and he's just like, this isn't like a child's party, right? And he swings on him because he's just like, you left your guard down.
Mm-hmm.
But he is immediately disarmed.
Yes.
Yeah, he just parries that shit directly out of his hands. And yeah, I was just like, oh, you're strong,
Uh-huh.
strong. And that's basically where the episode ends.
They have a moment where they the screen cuts and he's like, this is where he met his eternal
His
rival.
eternal
And I
rival,
was like, what the
Onimaru.
fuck? You can't
Eternal rival, high schooler Onimaru.
through hands with a child.
Threw hands with a 12-year-old.
It's like, okay, all right.
Who is this more embarrassing for?
Yeah, good question.
Yeah, Onimaru threw hands with a 12-year-old, but that 12-year-old is a feral little fuck
Uh-huh. Yeah.
who's ruining everything.
Yes.
And then yeah, we have an after credits that asserts that somebody's going to get the demon
Yeah.
blade.
I wonder who it
It's
could be.
Onimaru. He's going to do
I
that.
wonder who could get that demon blade.
So yeah, that's Yaiba. What do you think?
This was okay, so it was good to look at. I don't know if it
Gorgeous.
was like a thing that I would like watch a lot of. Here's the thing.
Mm.
So for one thing, this is the most shonen protagonist I've seen in a
Oh
shonen
yeah,
protagonist in a long time. Like we're talking Dragon Ball Z energy, we're talking
this is Saturday
Luffy
morning
One
cartoon shit.
Piece, we're talking like actually I they were doing such a convincing Luffy voice that I was like, is that Luffy's voice actress? It's a different person, but like, oh my god, he sounds exactly like him. Um this is cartoons. I don't know if I'm how much energy I have for cartoons. I don't know if I
This is
have
cartoon shit.
energy for an eternal rival. You know, whatever that is. Um,
The original had 52
that's
episodes.
far too much. I'm sure this one will have like 12 for starters. Might get more. But
The original had a crossover with fucking Detective Conan.
oh yeah. Oh wait, how could that be?
As far as I can tell.
How could
Let
listen?
me check.
You know what?
That's Detective Conan. He's in there.
You know what? To be fair, everything has all of the big series have crossed over with Detective Conan, I think. Detective Conan loves its crossovers.
I just want to see an episode of Detective Conan end with Yaiba fucking clocking somebody with a stick
Yeah.
and just saying, "Case closed."
That's probably what happened. Um
I've solved the mystery with violence.
he would. Um Okay, but I wasn't mad at it. I really liked it. It was really good.
It was gorgeous.
It was beautiful to look at. I wouldn't be opposed to watching more. I just know myself, and this is not especially JoJo food at this point in time.
I won't be watching more of this on my own, but I could definitely watch a bunch of this with some other people while
Yes.
we sat and drank malt
Yeah.
liquor or something.
Yeah, that's true.
Ate donuts.
Oh God.
So yeah, 10 on 10 visuals. Loved it. Uh, Probably gonna leave it there.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm not. I'm happy to have seen at least one. You know what I'm saying?
I hope everybody involved does well out for this.
True.
Because it is an incredible showcase of artistic
Oh,
talent.
it's beautiful. It's
If
beautiful to see.
you would like to tell us about your eternal rival, you can do that at oneepisodecast@gmail.com.
I hope it's me. That is one the word, not the number. Um, you can tweet us.
Master the
You
sword
can
first.
send us tweets, or what do they call the blue sky ones? Retweets,
Bleats.
bleats. You can send us tweets and bleats. We are at One Episode Cast. You could become
Got
our
you to say
eternal
some courage,
rival.
Ed.
Maybe we'll become your eternal rival if you tweet and bleat. You know.
Can we get a rival podcast?
Can we? Come on. You could call it the 2 episode rule. Come on. It's right there. We'll duel to the death honorably.
Uh,
Oh man.
I can't believe he wore his fucking shoes indoors. That's the
I
worst
know.
part.
That's disgusting. Don't do that.
No, actually it's the food thing that really gets me. You can't
Yeah.
steal food
That
from
one
a dead
made
man.
me that one
They
made
will
me
do
mad.
violence to you.
That is actually the part where I actually wrote on my paper, I will kill that child.
Swing and throw hands with a child.
It's gonna be us throwing hands, yeah.